way, in what productive way you can really contribute in bettering the life of the farming community?
Yeah, so right now, the policies are such that they are not favoring organic farming. So and also, as a consumer also, I want to buy that organic food. Okay, I'm really tempted to buy it because I know the benefits of it. But look at the cost. I mean, it's 3 times or 2 times more than the regular produce. But what is the true cost? We are paying a lot for that chemical loaded food to come. It is not the cost that is written on the label is not the true cost. There is a lot of, if you go to see, I mean, we have really paid a lot
Yeah.
in that. And so as a
Are you
consumer.
talking about
Yeah.
something, the distance that is involved the before the food reaches the consumer? You're talking something about what is known as food
Food
miles?
miles, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the food miles, I mean, obviously, it is also a very big issue where because the food is traveling so much, it is actually hampering our environment. But also because it
And
is
it's all
traveling so
because
much.
of
Yeah.
fossil fuel that is
Yeah, the
that
fossil
is,
fuels,
yeah,
yeah, that is involved in the
transportation.
transportation, yeah.
Yes.
But apart from that, also that food, I mean, if you have to store this, you need a lot of preservatives.
Yeah.
And I think we are, by choosing
Endangering
to
our
eat
life.
that, I mean, we are just helping the preservative industry.
Yeah.
I mean, why are we doing that also?
Yeah.
Instead, I can just put my money in organic food. But then again, I want the government to support it, to subsidize it, and that's where the policy comes into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to make the entire thing viable, see, even to make this pesticide, fertilizer, seed corporations viable, and that the government subsidize them. So now we want a system which is ecological, and we want the government to make it viable. So what is wrong with that?
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
very true. When a government invests something like 1,50,000 crores, so subsidize fertilizers and pesticides, and
Exactly.
just about 300 and odd crores for organic farming, that definitely drives
Yeah,
us to
speaks
think on those
volume,
lines.
yeah.
Well, if you prefer to have more support for organic farming, especially to make the livelihoods of the farmers better, and also to help the consumers eat the better stuff, what do you think are the right kind of measures the government should do? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hmm.
The first one.
The first one would be um, a shift in the subsidies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, what else can the government do? There's a lot for us to do.
Yes. So
As well, yeah.
what you try to say now
Yeah.
is we need to minimize the interference of the government in the food production. That's what you want to say.
Yeah, and
Like for example, we
what-
have
yeah.
about 670 Krishi Vijnana Kendras. We have quite a number of agriculture universities in this country, and each one of them, in a way, are supported by the multinational corporations like Monsanto, Syngenta, and Bayer's.
Bayer.
All these companies have been pumping a lot of money, and that is why they do influence the government to have more subsidies for use of the chemical pesticides or fertilizers.
Right.
So you think therefore the government should not really encourage it through their institutions like Krishi Vijnana Kendras or agriculture universities, where basically it's a group of these universities, KVKs, and the multinational companies. They are pushing their products utilizing the government
Yeah.
route.
Yeah.
So therefore, you prefer to have less interference of the government.
Yeah, I mean,
So therefore, if the farmers need to be supported by the
Yeah.
government, a policy environment that you would like now to have,
yeah,
that
the
can be
policy
something like
environment, yeah.
yeah.
Apart from that, I want the government to really help each community start a seed bank.
Wonderful.
A seed bank is something like, which is their own thing. They have, again, we have to like we need a shift, you know, a paradigm shift that I'll call. That, you know, we need to shift back the power
Yeah.
to the community again.
So you mean
So-
that the seeds for seeds, which
Yeah.
now the farmers are dependent on the
Yeah.
multinational companies or the
Exactly.
seed corporations of the state
Yeah.
or the nation. So the seeds they should generate on their own. That's what you want to say?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if you give them the right infrastructure
Yeah.
to store their seeds, to,
Yeah.
you know, preserve them, then I think, you know, that would be a good start.
Mhm.
Apart from that, you know, they can start farmers markets. They
Yeah.
can, you know, give them a platform where they can get their produce
Yeah.
and get a proper price for the produce.
Yeah.
And probably they can cut down on the middlemen.
Yeah.
That can be done by the government. And also try and do community supported agriculture, like
Yeah.
promote that concept of community supported agriculture, where like a group of people come together to support a farmer and
Yeah.
take his produce, like
Yeah.
and that will make, you know, if you are signing a contract, like, you know, we have a lady,
Yeah.
and you know, she has signed a contract with like 20 families to give them the produce. Now, you know, this makes her income very stable, you know, because she knows whatever she is going to produce is going to be taken by those 20 families. Unlike where, you know, with the farmers right now, it's like, you know, they are producing, but when they go to the market, they are like, you know, they are exploited.
They are exploited, and
yeah.
well, they cannot dictate the price.
Right,
Yes.
exactly.
Is that in the case that you maybe I think you are referring to Nirmala Annegowda,
yeah.
where she I'm told supporting
Exactly.
20 families.
Yeah.
Well, she fixes the prices there.
Yeah, it is her, because, you know, I think farming is the only business where you know, the price of the commodity is not fixed by the farmer but by somebody else. You know, if I'm selling this book, I fix the price of this book, you know.
Hmm.
But you know, with a farmer, you know, he's growing everything and somebody else fixes the price for him.
Yeah.
How does that person even know that what was the cost of the input, you know?
Yeah.
It was not even, he was not there when he was farming, he was not there when he was doing all of his hard work, or when he
Yeah.
was putting his sweat and blood into the soil, you know, he was not there
Yeah.
to see all of those things. So how is he even eligible to fix the price for that?
Very true.
Yeah, so, you know, I think community supported agriculture is a very, very beautiful concept.
Yeah.
And apart from doing all of that, you know, I really think the urbanites should also start growing something themselves.
Or
Try.
you mean they should start something in the backyard, or if they have some terrace, they
Yeah.
can have some terrace
Exactly.
gardening, at
You-
least to meet immediate requirements of certain herbs and vegetables.
Of course,
Yeah.
you know, I think if even if, you know, you can grow a little bit of medicinal plants in your family, you won't be depending so much on the pharmaceuticals anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that will be a little bit of